Okay, so I've been wanting to talk about this for a while because I feel like nobody actually said it out loud. Everyone tells you work on yourself, love yourself, know your worth, set boundaries, and yeah, true. Good advice. I'm not arguing with that. But what happens after? Because I did that. I actually did the work. I went through my little healing era. I journaled, I set boundaries, I cut off the people that were draining me. I stopped settling. I did the thing. And then one day, I just looked around and I was like, where is everyone? Where is everyone? And it's such a weird feeling to explain because on paper, you're supposed to feel good. Like, you did it. You choose yourself. You love yourself. But actually, it's quiet. Like, really quiet. And sometimes quiet feels less peace and more like loneliness with better branding, you know? And I think what messes with your head is you start wondering, wait, am I going or am I just hiding? Because there's a version of loving yourself that's actually just closing off and it sneaks up on you. Like you start with total valid reasons. The person was toxic, that friendship was one sided, that relationship was making me small, valid, real, cut it off. Just cut it off, yeah, it's true. But then it becomes a habit. Protecting yourself becomes the default. And suddenly everyone is a potential threat and you're just alone in your little safe bubble wondering why you're still not happy. And nobody talks about that part. I remember thinking I would feel so free once I stopped tolerating certain things, and I did for a second. Like, I actually felt free, loving myself, choosing myself again and again. But the freedom just started feeling like emptiness, and I didn't know what to do with that. Because at some point I just felt lonely. Because here's the thing they don't tell you. Loving yourself doesn't actually mean you stop needing people. You still need people. You're a human being and you're not meant to just self-sufficient your way through life alone and call it healing. Like, yes, you should be okay on your own, but you shouldn't need someone to survive. But there's a big difference between not needing someone and not letting anyone in at all. And I think I confused those two things for a really long time. The hard part is after you've done all that protecting yourself, letting people back in is scary, like genuinely scary because you can't trust this person at once. Because now you know that but it feels like to be hurt. So you know the patterns. You know what you used to accept and you don't want to go back to that. So you hold everyone at arm's length. You call it the standards. And sometimes it is standards, but sometimes it's just fear wearing a self-love hoodie. I said what I said, and I'm not up here with a solution because honestly, I'm still figuring this out. I don't have a clean ending where I've found my people and everything is great now. But what I did realize is that real self-love, eventually have to include letting yourself be known by other people, like actually known, which means being vulnerable, which means risk, which means you might get hurt again. And that's terrifying when you work so hard to stop being hurt. But I think staying completely closed off forever isn't healing either. It's just a different kind of pain that's easier to control. So, if you're in this quiet phase right now, where you did the work and you're proud of yourself, but you're also kind of lonely and confused about it, I just want you to know, yeah, that's real. That's a real thing that happens. You're not doing it wrong. You're just in the part nobody makes the Instagram post about. Nobody make the shorts or reels or TikToks about. So, okay, it's late and I'm going in circles, but yeah, that's what's been on my mind. So, if anyone's watching this, thank you and good night or good morning, good evening. I don't know. Bye, guys.